Joining us on the line on the Sport Rack, you may have heard of a strong woman, but on the line we have a woman of strength, Liesl Schoenrath. Liesl, how are you?
I'm very good, Kevin. Thanks, yourself.
Very well, thank you. Now, for people who don't necessarily understand, a strong woman is someone who does feats of strength that, well, let's just put it mildly, will make men quiver.
Apparently so, yes. I believe so, yeah.
And I do believe that's actually one of the comments that got you started in training heavily was a certain gym instructor.
Yes, there was a chap that came around and said, you're really intimidating, and I just, I'm sorry. Well, what's this all about? I didn't realize the strength I had until I spoke to one of the trainers, and he was quite shocked that I didn't know that everybody in the gym was talking about me and the strength that I've got. So I didn't know.
Just to put it in perspective, let's go on something that people can identify with. I mean, I go to the gym and I try, embarrass myself here. I try and give 2 reps of 15 at 60 kilograms and, my legs are shaking a little bit. But what are you leg pressing?
I haven't trained for a while. The last time that I was training, I was lifting 640. So, my legs also quiver after that, I must admit.
I don't think I would have legs after that, quite honestly.
It does feel like that for a little while.
But Liesl, you've also used your strength for a good cause, and having done the Robben Island swim as well, you have become a bit of a personality in the strength industry here in South Africa.
Yeah, it started off with the swim, still at that stage not realizing what strength I've actually got. And that turned into doing the truck pull, and that turned into the Dakota aircraft pull, and things just kind of evolved, and I just went for it, and I just thought this was my opportunity to open up and see where the universe is wanting to take me. What has got planned for me here.
You mentioned a Dakota pull. You've actually pulled an aircraft.
Yes, at the Wings and Wheels Show almost 2 years ago. I can't believe time's flown so quickly. But I became the first woman in the world to pull a Dakota aircraft, and that was quite a feat for myself. I had a revisit to the hangar not so long ago, and I must say, looking at that thing again, it was just overwhelming, thinking that I've actually moved this thing. So that was quite an amazing thing for me.
You've actually taken your outer strength, and you are now running a campaign in schools where you are now teaching kids about inner strength. Absolutely.
People always, it's quite funny when I run into people and they say to me, gosh, you're strong, I'm going to stay this side of the line kind of thing, And I have to remind people that I'm strong, not violent. And one of the things that I speak to the kids about is that you can't use physical strength only in this life. You actually need the inner strength more than anything else. We live in such tough times, and I just find the kids can relate to what I'm saying. They're really crying out for someone just to firstly hear them, for someone to listen. We live such rushed lives, and parents don't have time. I don't blame parents. They get home exhausted. The last thing I want to hear is about their kids fighting with this one at school.
And you're a mom yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So it's very important, and I realize more and more how important it is for parents just to spend that 5 minutes a day saying, what happened in your life today? What's happening? What's upsetting you? What's going on? Just allowing the kid to speak. So we find the campaign just working brilliantly in that sense. And it's just about, like you said earlier, just finding that inner strength, just being strong in this tough world.
Because that is, in essence, what has not only helped you personally, but when you're doing things like training, if you don't have that inner strength, you're not going to last.
No, absolutely not. You need to have all the levels of strength. And I'm starting to believe it's almost more important in this life to have the inner strength. You're useless with just outer strength. You just look like one big bully that no one wants to mess with. But you're not going to get far in life because you can't just go and beat things out of people. You need the inner strength to fight yourself through life.
Well, if people do want to get a hold of you and to have you come and speak at their school or their youth group or such like, how do they get in touch with you?
They're welcome to go onto our website, Strong for Life, number 4, Life. And on there they'll have a contact page. They can just drop me an email and I'll get back to them. Drop me an email and we'll book an appointment. We're quite busy at the schools, but we always try and slot people in and see how we can get to every single school that contacts us. So definitely contact us.
Well, fantastic. Liesl Skroenrath, both a strong woman and a woman of strength. Thanks so much for joining us on the Sport Rack.
Thank you so much, Kevin.